Hi guys, welcome to the update. We'll get straight into it as usual. We're looking here. This has got a nice few indicators on it for free. You don't need order flow software. Website here. So we can see here, this is showing is, as you probably know, this was the drop to 60k and then it went up to 82 and then dropped down just below 60k. It's formed like a swing failure pattern. Okay, and it's a lower low than here, so we have it going down, and then if you have a look at the CVD, this is for futures, this is spot. For the futures, it's made a higher low. Okay, so some divergence there. Now what that means is that on the futures market, all these all the sellers trying to sell is getting exhausted here, and the buyers are taking over. Okay, because the CVD is going up and prices is dropped to a lower low here. Okay, so we do have some divergence. The only problem is the open interest, and that the spot is not similar. The spot is still selling. So this could easily fall over here if the spot keeps selling. Okay, because this is just futures, they'll just get liquidated. All right, so what needs to happen is for this here, for the spot to stop selling and to flatten out or make a higher low. Change this from going down all the time. As soon as we see that, then we know that the bottom's formed. Now the bottom could have already formed right here with this here with the bearish bullish divergence, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, so what I was showing you here is there is some divergence on the futures, but this needs to play out as well. If the spot keeps selling, then this is null and void, right? That leads us to this. Okay, so we're looking at this schematic here. It could even play out like this because we haven't got to this little section here yet. Okay, so you have the selling climax. Okay, and then the ARST phase B, it's exactly playing out. As you can see, it looks exactly like that. I've even put in the blue lines to show these lines. The pink lines are showing the outer lines. Okay, so whichever schematic, this is looking like it could actually do something similar like this. So if this is going to play out bullish, it'll be playing out like this schematic. Okay, so you're looking at a move just above this blue line. Okay, right here. So this move could actually, if it's bullish, move up to here. If this is going to play out as per the Wyckoff accumulation schematic, and this is forming a bottom. If not, this falls over, then we know this is null and void, and that we're going much further down and could normally, a normal bear market cycle could play out. But it just seems strange that in a bull market that broke all the parameters of every other cycle before it, never had a blow off top, didn't have alt season, lots of different things happened. It broke certain moving averages it never went before, and a whole heap of things there's even a website out there that shows all the when the bull market's at the peak and none of them hit. So why would the bear market be the same if the bull market wasn't the same as before? But we just forget that this was a different bull market, do we? So this could be in play if this turns out to be bullish and go and make these higher highs and higher lows, right? And then we'll be moving up to here, and then we know what the play is after that. So this is something we're keeping an eye on. Like I said, if it falls over here, then we know that it is playing out similar to another cycle, but it just seems strange that it would do that. Over here on the USDT dominance, have a look. This is, I've inverted the scale, okay? Because this makes people think differently. So when you see that, it looks bullish because there's bullish divergence here. Got the low point here and the low point lower. Then on the RSI, I've inverted as well. And you can see here, so that's bullish divergence. And then on the MACD, I've even inverted this, and that's showing bullish divergence here, right? So if this is to play out, this means that this is, because it's inverted, this is this bullish divergence, this would go this way, okay? So let's put the chart back to normal. So it's going to go this way. If it goes this way, Bitcoin goes up, which means that this is the bottom. Have a look here. It even looks like here, right here, this price right here, you can see where the candles stop here, and then now it's forming a base on top of them. So if that holds and doesn't close down below here, then this could actually move up this way, and then this chart that we were looking at over here before come into play. Here's another interesting indicator. So I have a black swan predictor, okay, works on a 5-day chart. Now, when you put it on 5-day, it's predicted all the black swans, okay. This is not free. And when you put it on 4-day, what we're looking for is ignore all this other indicators here because they're all irrelevant because they're designed for 5-day. But what we're looking for is this here, and then this bull run confirmed. Okay, so let's go back in history. So we see here when the Genesis cycle, it didn't say didn't get this entry right at the bottom, but it was close to. And then once we had the two blue by the next dip, bull run confirmed, bull run was on. We go to the next bear market. Here it got the bottom. Once you have the two, once you get this here, you know the bull runs on, and then the second one confirms it. Even here, look, bull run confirmed, buy next dip, and you would have bought this dip. COVID crash. And we look at the next one. You see this doesn't show anywhere else, right? Unless it's at the bottom. Then you had the FTX collapse. This comes up, means the bull run's about to begin. This confirms. Go again, this doesn't show up until now. Look where we are now. So it's shown up here. So is this going to be similar to where it has a little bit of a lower low, like on all these other ones? Okay, somewhere around down here somewhere. or is this the lower low? And then what we're looking for now on this 4-day is for this blue bull run confirm to show, and then I know that the bottom's in. Okay, if you have a look here, this is what it's actually designed for, is the 5-day. On an exchange chart. Predicted the black swan. Predicted the crypto crash. And as you can see, it hits the longs right at the bottom, and then the bull run's confirmed. So here it hasn't done it on the 5-day. On the 4-day, as you can see, it had. Okay, and this area here, just so you know, is the pi formula. If you've seen that before in other videos, this is, if it follows that as per it has every cycle, then this is where it will end up. As we know, this VWAP, okay, which is the pink here from the bottom, we know if you've seen all that before. If not, go back and watch them. And that you can see here, it's trying to get back above. The moment this gets back above this VWAP, I think that means the bottom probably in. Okay, we'll have a look at that in a sec. And then we have here, you know, this one here where I had this trend line. So I think that this here is what we see here, and that this now is going to determine, we're at that stage around about here where it pops back up above, comes back below, and then the bull run starts. So we'll soon see if this is going to be the bottom or not. No one knows. I don't know. I'm just trying to analyze it as per charts. Okay, and then we have a look here on our levels chart. Okay, so from the bottom here, this trend line, we can see it's getting rejected all the time. We have this trend line here, and it's tried to pierce through it, got rejected. So if we break up above that, then it's got this other resistance. Let's have a look here. So this fib pocket here held from the low up to the high on this move here, as you can see. Come up, it's now taken out this NPOC from yesterday, hit the daily level, and it's rejected at this area. So we tried to short it, and it was here. And I saw this, we got out, now it's come all the way up. Let's see what happens here. So as you can see, the VWAPs here, quite important. So you can see how it used it all the way along here, and now it's turned it into resistance, right? This main one here. Trying to get up back above it. Will it or not is the question. So this here is all going to determine right now whether it's break above the trend line. Well, then it's broken above the trend line, so it should move up. Has to break it back up above this though. Okay, and as we can see here, it tried to break back into the VAL orange line, right? And it's lost it again. It's come under these trend lines. Really, this is be bearish, but this could be just one big bear trap as well, because there's a lot of people shorting, like I mean a lot. So they could easily just trap them, and then if they do get trapped and this does break out up above, up into this region here, this is the yellow main trend line from the very top, so it would have to get up above that. Okay, you remember the last time I was talking about shorting it up at this trend line here. We tried here and then up at the trend line, and then look at the move down. Okay, and when we came down here, I said to the guys in my Discord that this is where we're longing. Okay, and then we had a short here as well, played out. Now what are we looking at? Like I said, right now there's no trade, we're in the middle of nowhere. So we need to know, is it going to break out above here? So it would have to break this trend line, this VWAP as well from the top, which it hasn't. It's rejected. It's rejected here. And will it reject from this VWAP? Okay. So the next few candles here will determine whether we're going to move down or whether we can reclaim all this, break out up above here. You've got to break that, get up, back up into the VAL. And then, as I said, there's so much resistance. The trend line from the top. This is a bit of a magnet. There's an NPOC here, a weekly one. So if this does move up, it could get up to here, touch this, and then reject off the trend line again. Okay, so as you can see, I'm just doing all this. I haven't looked at it before, so I'm just going off what I see, right? Because I haven't got it all prepared and everything like all the other YouTubers. I'm looking at this live as just like you would if you were watching me right now. So this is an area, like I said, it has to hold all this here, and then it could move up and reject from this trend line, okay, which is probably where a short would be. Let's have a look at the fib pocket. Okay, well, let's take it up from the top. So that fib pocket's right in that area as well, from the very top. Something to be aware of, we do see it get up above all of this. This is probably likely the target. And then it could actually play out, as per the other chart there if it continues on, right? But one thing at a time, level to level, okay? So if we do see a rejection here, NPOC is a magnet, so you're looking at this level here, and then it's got another one right down to here. If we do all that, well, then we know this is very bearish because it would have tested underneath this trend line, and then we have a drop, which would probably be a large drop. The other thing to be aware of is the move. So this is all done, all the weekend stuff that's going on. So from down here, this is all weekend. So we're on a Monday, so they could just push price up on the Monday. Everyone gets bullish when it gets up here, and then it falls over. Okay, so that's what I am looking at. Like I said, there's no trade right now. The only trades are if we come up to here, there's a short, and then there's not really a long right now. But I have to have it back here because if we come back down into here, it's not really a long because it could easily just break straight through because like I said, that means that this would be bearish test underneath, okay, and then a fast drop down, and that's when we could see it move down to the targets that we're looking at. All right, so yeah, we've gone on long enough, haven't we? Covered all the charts, covered the levels, and yeah, this is something very interesting. Probably haven't seen anyone show this on YouTube before. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. See you next week. If you want anything in the meantime, you know where to go in the Discord.